പുതിയൊരു വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് അവർക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. ഇനി നമ്മൾ കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് പോളിറ്റി ആൻഡ് ഗവർണൻസിൻ്റെ ആ ചാപ്റ്ററിൽ one nation one election. The Union Cabinet has accepted the recommendation of the high-level committee on simultaneous elections under the chairman of former President Sri Ramnath Kodevar. Simultaneous election, popularly known as one nation one election, means holding elections to the House of the People, all state legislative assemblies and local bodies such as municipalities and panchayats together. Simultaneous election does not mean that the voting across the country for all election need to be happen on a single day. The simultaneous election of the Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha were held in the years of 1951, 52, 57, 62 and 67. This cycle was disrupted under the premature resolution of state assemblies in 1968 and 1969 and the Lok Sabha in 1970. The need for simultaneous governance and development of frequent elections, development programs due to the model code of conduct, MPCC, and frequent elections affect economic growth, investment decisions, and opportunity cost of deferred economic decisions. Conducting elections to all three tiers of government together would avoid disruptions of supply chains and production cycles due to the migrant workers seeking leave of absence to cast a vote. High financial burden. High holding simultaneous elections would reduce massive expenditure incurred for conduct of separate elections every year. Diversity of resources such as security forces and other electoral officers like teachers from their private dues for significantly prolonged periods. Reducing the burden on courts. Fewer elections mean fewer election-related disputes. Reducing the workload on courts. Reducing identity politics. Frequent elections use identity politics like caste and class steering divisions and disrupting societal cohesion. Voter participation. Regular elections include voter fighting and pose a significant challenge in ensuring their participation. Elections have become the root cause of the corruption in the country. The politician bureaucrat access intelligence recovering the investment and there is corruption begins. That is Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, that is by former Chief Election Commissioner. Committee recommendations for simultaneous elections. 770 the report of Law Commission of India, 1999 National Commission to review looking of the Constitution, that is 2002 Parliamentary Standing Committee report 2015. Working paper of India Ayog 2017. Key highlights of high-level committee on simultaneous election. There are several committees has been established. Some of the committees have established can be seen in this video right now. Key highlights of high-level committee or simultaneous election. The committee advocated simultaneous elections for Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies and local bodies to address the burden on the government, business, courts, political parties, civil societies due to frequent elections. Recommendations are as follows. Categorization of elections. Elections to be held in two phases. First phase conduct Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly elections simultaneously. Second phase conduct local body elections, panchayats and municipalities within 100 days. A general election constitutional amendments proposed. The high-level committee had proposed amendments to 3 articles, insertion of 12 new sub-clauses in the existing articles, and talking 3 law related to the United Territories have legislative procedures. Article 82. Article 82A of one of the states is that on the date of the first sitting of the House of the People after a general election, the President will issue notification bringing Article 82A into the effect. The date of his legislature shall be called as a appointed date. Next we have the Article 82A2, which says that all the legislative assemblies constituted in any general election held after the appointed date shall come to an end on the expiry of the full term of the House of the People. Amendments of the Article 83, duration of the Houses, duration of House of Parliament, and Article 172, duration of the state legislature. In case of hung House, no conference motion or deduction, fresh elections to be conducted to constitute for new Lok Sabha or state assemblies for the unexpired term of the immediately preceding full term of the House. It ensures continuity in the cycles of simultaneous elections. So, introduction to of Article 324A related to holding simultaneous elections to municipalities and panchayats with the general elections. Ratification by states required. Single electoral roll to be prepared by the Election Commission of India in Constitution with the State Election Commission by amending Article 325, as it includes amending state subjects, local government in the self schedule, Part 9 and Part 9A of the Constitution of India. Ratification by the states required under the Article 368 of 2. Need for ratification by states. The committee observed the constitutional amendment in relation to terms of Parliament and state assemblies will not require ratification by states. However, constitutional amendments in relation to local bodies will require to be passed with ratification by at least half of the states. Making logistical arrangements for conduction of the simultaneous election. For election to the House of the People, state legislature, the Election Commission of India will draw a plan for advanced estimations of procurement of EVMs or VPPIDs. Deployment of polling, personal security forces, etc. For elections and to municipalities and budget, the state election commissions, in consultation with the IECI, will draw a plan for the logical requirements, constitution of an implementation group to monitor the execution of the process. Carelessness and complexity of simultaneous election, overshadowing regional issues, conducting elections simultaneously of the Lok Sabha and all state assemblies would result in national issues overshadowing regional state specific issues. Impact on the regional parties. Simultaneous elections may create a system where national political parties would have a significant advantage over regional parties. Political accountability. Frequent elections hold lawmakers accountable, while fixed terms may provide unwarranted stability without performance scrutiny, challenging democratic principles. Concerns regarding the federalism. Constitutional amendments concerning the term of the state legislative assemblies under Article 172 can be carried out without ratification by states. This opinion and a say of states is to reduce logical issues. Organizing one nation, one election would require significant resources, including a vast supply of electronic voting machines and trained personnel to oversee The celebration of one nation, one election in India is likely to brook well with the spirit of the constitution and also with the principles of collaborative federalism. Okay, Justice Stephen Mr. Hope, Chief in the conclusion. The legal balance between the efficiency gains of multi-level elections and the foundational principles of federalism, democracy, integrity and political plurality needs to be ensured through detailed legislative deliberation. Global the Council of Europe. That is framework conventions on artificial intelligence, AI and human rights, democracy and the rule of law. The first legally binding international treaty on AI was open for signature. More than COE is an intergovernmental organization founded in 1949 with 46 members including Japan and the United States plus countries of the European Union bloc and others. The framework convention was initiated in 2019 when the Ad hoc Committee on Artificial Intelligence CHR was tasked with examining the feasibility of such an instrument. It aligns with new regulations and agreements including the G7 AI Impact Pact, Europe's AI Pact and the Bletchley Declaration. Key provisions of the framework convention. Scope covers the use of AI systems by public authorities, including private actors acting on their behalf and private sector. Obligation to signatories, parties will adopt or maintain appropriate legislative, administrative, or other measures to ensure the activities within the life cycle of artificial intelligence systems are consistent with obligations to protect human rights as enshrined in applicable international and domestic law. No usually used to undermine the integrity, independence, and effectiveness of democratic institutions and processes. Does not regulate technology as technology neutral. Risk-based approach adapted for the design, development, and decommissioning AI systems globally. Exceptions does not apply to national defense matters or to research and development activities except when the testing of AI humans maybe have the potential to interfere with human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. Underlines fundamental principles related to the activities within life cycle of AI systems. See infographic. Fundamental principles of our AI systems: human dignity and individual autonomy, equality and non-discrimination, respect for privacy and personal data protection, transparency and oversight, accountability and responsibility, reliability and safe innovation. And next we have the what is the need for AI, global AI governance, risk mitigation. Global governance can set standard to mitigate global risks associated with AI systems like job displacement, discrimination, misuse, and surveillance, and military applications, AI, armed risks, etc. Threat to democracy, example discrimination, disinformation, and deepfakes can impact the integrity of democratic process. For tackling inequalities in the global AI governance landscape is uneven, with many developing nations, particularly in the global south, lacking a voice in decision making. Transboundary issues associated with AI systems like data privacy and security can impact multiple countries simultaneously. AI mismanagement, misalignment. It happens when AI systems can act in ways what to do not reflect human intentions. Examples include unsafe medical recommendations based bias or algorithms when issues in content moderation. Wide scale development. AI systems are increasingly being adopted in decision making in key sectors like healthcare, finance, and law enforcement. What are the challenges in global AI governance? Representation. AI governance initiatives largely taken to lack representation, leading to significant gaps in national and regional efforts that affect AI assessment decision and funding. Example, many initiatives include India region with 7 countries participating in Horn and Monavana, mostly from the global south, entirely after a coordination gap. Lack of global mechanisms for international standards and research initiatives leads to issues like fragmentation, interoperability, and incompatibility between different plurilateral and regional AI governance and have responses to AI challenges. Narrow focus hindering their ability to tackle its complex global application. Implementation gap. Lack of strong system to hold governments and private companies accountable for their commitments regarding AI governance. Next, we have the limited networking and resources. In national strategies for AI development, leading to ineffective implementation, not dedicated funding mechanism for AI capacity building with the scale of authority, self-second to regulate any international strategy for artificial intelligence and any AI will launched the arrow all for all strategy to harness AI in sectors like healthcare, agriculture, and education. Principles for responsible AI. NEDI established principles for responsible AI, focusing on ethics and accountability, followed by operationalizing principles of responsible AI, which provided actionable steps to implementation by the government and private sector. National program on India, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology (MEIT), initiated by the India AI program to foster AI innovation, skill development, and address ethical concerns. Digital Personal Data Protection Active enhances data protection for individuals and access as addresses AI-related privacy concerns. Global partnership on AI (GPA). India is a GPA member, participating in global discussions on responsible AI and aligning its strategies with the international standards. G7 Pact on AI aims to establish global framework for the responsible development and the use of AI systems, and participation is voluntary. Europe's AI ethics. Europe's first major regulation on artificial intelligence categorized applications into 3 risk levels: unacceptable risk applies, high risk applies, etc. The Bletchley Declaration establishes shared understanding of the opportunities and risk posed by the frontier artificial intelligence AI. It was signed by 28 countries and the European Union. Way forward, suggestions of UN report titled Governing for AI for Humanity. Adoption of flexible globally action approach for AI governance that forces shared understanding and benefits. Create an independent international scientific panel on AI that consists of diverse experts who serve voluntarily. Establish a biannual policy dialogue on AI governance at UN meetings to engage government and stakeholders focusing on the best practices at ground AI development. Okay, create an AI exchange that unites stakeholders development and maintain a register of definitions and standards by evaluating AI system, establish AI capacity, development network humans, AI centers to provide expertise and training to key stakeholders. Global Fund for AI and independently managed funds can collect public and private contributions and distribute resources to enhance local access to AI tools. Other steps taken that can be taken: formulating AI law. YD is drafting new land law on artificial intelligence AI to harness its economic benefits while addressing potential risks and harms. Ensuring AI 11 is ensures that artificial intelligence systems operate according to human values and ethics. We can address issues like discrimination and misinformation. Grievance redressal mechanism. Why the recently Minister of Personal Public Grievance and Pensions MOPPGG and P issued a comprehensive guidelines for handling public grievance for making grievance redressal time-bound, accessible, and meaningful. Okay, next we have the key highlights of comprehensive guideline for handling public grievance. An integrated user-friendly grievance polling platform with the CBGRAMS to provide citizens a single window experience. This will help deduplication and save time of efforts of officials from resolving same grievance on multiple portals. Appointments of all officers for public grievance in all ministries departments who will address grievances promptly, fairly, and efficiently. Dedicated grievance shall be set up in every ministry department with sufficient resources having knowledge of schemes and activities. Timelines for effective grievance redressal have been reduced to 21 days from existing 30 days. Grievance redressal assessment index for ranking ministries departments shall be issued on monthly basis. 2024 policy guidelines manifest technology improvements and again with the 10 steps reform process adopted. Government implemented 10 steps reforms of CPGRAM, centralized public grievance redressal and monitoring system in 2022. 10 step reforms of CPGRAMs. Okay. Universalization of CPGRAM 7.0, technology enhancements using AI or ML. Okay, language translations of CPGRAM's model into 22 scheduled languages. Okay, operationalization of grievance redressal index. Okay, operationalization of a feedback call center. One nation, one portal by integration of state portal or other grievance portal with the CPGRAMs. Okay, inclusivity and outreach with the availability of CPGRAMs in all common service centers. Okay, training and capacity building of grievance redressal offices under the September scheme. Okay, publishing monthly reports for central ministries or departments and states or UDs. Okay, establishment of an data strategy unit for data analytics. Next, we have the about the grievance redressal mechanism (GRM). The GRM of an organization is important instrument to measure its effectiveness as it provides feedback on the working of the organization's basic principle is that if it promised level of service delivery is not achieved or if a right of citizen is not honored, then a citizen should be able to take resource to design. GRM of an organization is an important instrument to measure its effectiveness as it provides feedback on the working of an organization. Its basic principle is that if promised level of service delivery is not achieved or if a right of citizen is not honored, then a citizen should be able to take recourse to a mechanism for grievance redressal. Okay, the two designated model agencies of in union government handling grievance are Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance DARPG under the MOPG and P. Okay, Director of Public Grievance Cabinet Secretary. The status of grievance redressal. CPGRAM is a portal that has redressed nearly 60 lakh public grievance in period 2008-2024 and has mapped 1.01 lakh grievance redressal offices of ministries or departments and states or UDs. Okay, CPGRAM is an online platform available to citizens 25/7 to lodge their grievance public authorities to any subject related to service delivery in a single portal connected to all ministries or departments of government of India and states through role-based access to the office in portal. Importance of grievance redressal mechanisms. Okay, effective CRM builds trust between government and citizens, ensures accountability of government officials and institutions, aids in identifying bottlenecks in government measures based on citizen feedback, tackle corruption by providing a secure channel for citizens and whistleblowers, ensure corruption arising, formal grievance platform prevent potential public dissatisfaction. Other other